Viewers, we are joined by the man of the moment, Captain Amarinder Singh, former Chief Minister of Punjab. Of course, he is in the throes of forming his own political outfit in Punjab to take on not just the Congress but the other political regional outfits there, including the Aam Aadmi Party and the Akali Dal. There is a lot of talk that there might be an understanding with the Bharatiya Janata Party, fueled also by those that are close to Captain Amarinder Singh. There are several issues that we need to discuss with him today, and he joins us very much. Thank you for joining us here on Times Now, Captain Amarinder Singh. Your political career still going strong. You are now going to be playing a fourth inning, so to speak. Second one outside of the Congress party, looking forward to the 2022 polls. Are you still in the race to be Chief Minister? Let me ask you that point-blank question.
Well, that is not up to me. It is, we've got, hopefully we're going to have other parties involved with us. I hope that we will be having seat adjustments with the BJP and also with the breakaway Akali factions. And so these are things that are discussed there.
You said that is up to the voter, or is it up to your partners? Who is it up to?
No, it's not that. You've got to have somebody who leads your party into your group, let's say, into the election, and that normally is the person who comes and heads the government. So really, one doesn't know. We haven't even started yet. We haven't had a meeting with the BJP, for instance. I haven't had a meeting with the Akali factions. We are at the moment in the very early stages of registering our party and getting things going. And of course we said that the farmer issue has to be resolved also. So once those things are done, then we come down to these facts.
How fluid is your outlook on the elections? You've said that you would ideally want an alliance with the BJP and some other breakaway factions of the Shiromani Akali Dal, but supposing Captain Amarinder Singh's own party gets a sizable share of the votes, will he then become an individual who might reassess his post-poll?
Of course. No, it is not a question of becoming Chief Minister. It's a question of becoming, winning the elections in Punjab and getting, I don't want the Aam Aadmi Party to be in Punjab. It's a very, what should I say, not a fascist, but some sort of a destructive sort of a business would be there. Similarly, the Congress as of today has lost ground so fast. We've had, for instance, surveys done ourselves, and in every 2 months we do a survey, and our latest survey shows that it's dropped about 25%. So these are things that we'll have to see how many seats we get, who gets elected from the BJP, from our outfit, and from the other breakaway Akali faction. Then these things are, decided.
So, Captain Saab, I'm not going to be coy, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Our intention at the moment is to win the election.
Okay, fine, win the election. If Captain Saab's party gets a sizable number of seats, I'm saying in a post-poll scenario, could you end up playing kingmaker, Captain Saab? Could you support, let's say, the Aam Aadmi Party or someone from the Shiromani Akali Dal or even the Congress?
No, I would not. Not at all. Not at all. I am telling you one thing. I have said it before. Congress, Akali Dal, and the Aam Aadmi Party are out. All three are out. I don't think they are the right people for Punjab today under the situation that exists today in the state. That is why I have said that we can easily make a stable government with the BJP and also with the breakaway Akali factions, because there are some areas where the Akali factions are strong, like South Punjab, and that is also where the Aam Aadmi has got the maximum number of seats. So they can fight there. And then, these are things that seat to seat we'll have to go.
Seat to seat you'll have to go. Interesting. So you're ruling out the prospect of ever supporting a Congress-led AAP-led or Shiromani Akali Dal-led government. That's you've ruled out. That's no way.
I think so. I think, look, let me tell you one thing. We've also done we are doing regular surveys. Every 2 months we have one done. And the Akali Dal has not recovered from its pasting it got after the Bargadi, Bible Kana, Jawar Ke, Kot Kapura, all that issue is very much prevalent in people's minds. And they have not gained even 1%. Aam Aadmi has gained, but it is for us now to deal with them. As far as the other groups that exist, they are all very they are splinter groups, but certainly the ones that we are looking at, of course, is the BJP, and hopefully we will be able to do a seat adjustment with them. And similarly with with the Akali faction or Mr. Dean Sar and other people. But of course, as I said, the whole issue is hinging around the farmer agitation. If the farmer agitation ends, then you'll find a clean sweep coming.
I'll come to that. That's an important point. Now, you said that one of the reasons you've distanced yourself from the Aam Aadmi Party is because the party is sort of fascist, authoritarian, it has all sorts of problems, and ideologically you have a obvious distaste for that kind of an arrangement. So let me ask you, sir, because you've emphasized the importance of stability in Punjab, but just as recently as May this year, you were accusing the BJP, for example, of seeking to destabilize Punjab. Now, how does that work? Because you said after Yogi Adityanath slammed your decision to accord a separate district status to Malerkotla, that BJP leaders are trying to light the bomb of communal hatred in Punjab, which will blow up in their faces. Now you're saying that the BJP could be...
No, I never said this. I never said that. No, I never said that at all about Malerkotla. Let me make it absolutely clear.
We've got statements that you made on the 15th of May this year suggesting this. You also said that the BJP had tried to, communalize policies and politics. You even brought up the 2002 riots. You even spoke of the 84 anti-Sikh riots. You said that you had personally seen complaints filed against 22 BJP supporters. Today you're seeking an alliance with the same BJP. Now, these are statements that are attributed to you. They're right here before me in various newspapers. So either they misquoted you, or today you sort of, out of convenience now, believe that the past can be forgiven and forgotten.
No, that was correct. That was... No, you're right on that score. I did say that there was, when the riots did take place, there were various complaints made in various police stations, and I did say that in the Tughlaq Road police station there were people against BJP workers also. I said that too, but there were also other workers involved. There were Congress workers involved. There were other people involved. That was a mad business going on in Delhi at that time. I was here during those 3 days, and I was seeing bodies floating down these nalas and all. And I couldn't go beyond the Jamna, but their buildings were burning, and here there were not of those 3 days. I went to the refugee camps in Rakabganj Sahib and all the Gurdwara Sahib where they were put up, and met and talked to people. So I know what was going on then.
Now, as Chief Minister, you also oppose the CAA. The CAA is one of the cornerstones of the BJP's legislative agenda. Now, how does that work, sir? If you're going to work with a party that is supposedly
well, that's all right.
Excluding Muslims.
Doesn't have to agree with everything.
Okay.
I don't have to.
So you don't have to agree with everything.
I don't have to agree with everything. They don't have to agree with everything what I do.
So you might come up with some sort of a common minimum program.
I mean, why should one? We have our own. We don't forget. No, don't. Yes, exactly. Because we are a different party. We are not going to be part of BJP. BJP has its own party. We have our own party. We have our programs. You don't have to agree, but there will be, in this election, there will be a common minimum program which we'll come up with.
Oh, that's very interesting. So the CA might also be outside of the CMP. That would be something that you would not want. You would say that, look, let's put this out, because you're the border state, sir.
I am all for every caste, every community that lives in India is an Indian as far as I'm concerned, and that is the way it is to be, and include the Muslims and includes everybody else.
Okay.
I have always felt that. That's my upbringing. That's the way we've looked at life all my life, in fact.
So Captain Amarinder Singh making it clear that CMP will be formed between his party and others who he proposes an alliance with. That's very important, and other issues could be part of the CMP. Well, that's a big news point. Let me build on this, because you said that you're open to a seat sharing agreement with the BJP on the condition that there is some resolution over farm laws. Now, this is what you have said in the past. Now, have you been in touch with the BJP? You met Mr. Amit Shah, you met, some people say, even the Prime Minister recently. Give us clarity on what's the BJP's response.
Let me tell you absolutely clearly what I have met. I have not met the Prime Minister. I have met Mr. Amit Shah twice, and I have talked to him about the farm laws. And I have also met the NSA, but that was about the national security matters when I was then Chief Minister. And even I think once after that, to give him the facts and figures of what. After all, I've been 9.5 years a Home Minister of Punjab. I should know better as to what's going on the ground there.
True.
So these are the sort of things I did meet. But as far as anything else, having discussed seats or discussing the election program, I have not discussed that at all. In fact, we haven't even talked about this issue. It is only the farm laws which I talked to, and I told Mr. Amit Shah that we must get a solution to this, because it's apart from other things. We are a border state. I've got 600 kilometers of border from Pathankot to Fazilka, and we are getting drones coming in every day carrying weapons in. They are coming with some object. Whatever we've caught, we've caught. What we haven't caught, where's it gone? Who's it with? What's the objective of all those weapons coming in? So, it's a dangerous situation which is developing on our border. And therefore, I went to see the Home Minister and both of them, to say that please let's end this farmers' business. Let's find a solution. Now, I know they've been talking for a long time. The farmers didn't want politicians to be involved, so I was not involved in it, even though I was Chief Minister, because they said, no, we want to do it on our own. All right. They've had, I think, a number of meetings. They've got off-the-record meetings or on-the-record meetings. Various things have taken place. And the Government of India knows, and they know what the Government of India is willing to agree to. So something hopefully will happen. But what I want to do is that the matter should happen quickly. Otherwise, what happens in these sort of agitations? I've been seeing these things happening all my life. I mean, ever since I entered politics, we have entered the movement up towards Blue Star, then after Blue Star, then the terrorist period, then that water bill, which could have brought another lot of terrorism in. So, we watched all this thing happening. So I know that when a movement starts, anger builds up. Like, for instance, I've had about 400 farmers dying from Punjab. I gave them 5 lakh rupees each to their families to try and sort of help out in that sort of business, and 1 job in the government per family. But suppose they have 3 children, 3 sons. 2 won't get it. Suppose they are angry, suppose they got an anger built up in them, what happens to them? They could become recruits of wherever this money is going, wherever these weapons are going. Now, where are these weapons? Who's using them? They are ISI sleeper cells. They are Khalistani sleeper cells. They may be working in tandem with each other. Who knows? We don't know this. The agencies are all working. We share, when I was Chief Minister,
I appreciate your concerns.
Every bit of information with the central agencies.
These are very important. So you're saying that you haven't had a political dialogue as yet with any of the big guns in the BJP.
No.
But you do believe that the one important aspect that you need addressed is the farm laws before you can even consider a tie-up with the BJP. Now, what is this solution? Because would it entail the withdrawal of all 3 laws, or is it some halfway point that you're looking at? What does a resolution mean?
I can't comment on the laws, because you see, I can't, Rahul, comment on the laws. That's between the farmers and the Government of India, because we are not getting involved in that. All I'm asking the Government of India is, please, whatever has to be done, let's do it fast, so that peace should reign in Punjab. That's business. Once that happens, because today people are not able to go in and even make a speech in the villages. Farmers don't let them come in. How to fight an election?
Are you ready to interlocute? Are you ready to interlocute on behalf of the centre? Would you put your hand up and say, look, I want to be an interlocutor? But the farmers...
No, I can't say that because the farmers have to decide that.
Have you spoken to any of the farmers?
They have said so very categorically, no politicians.
No politicians.
Sorry?
So, no, have you spoken to the farmers? You could easily tell them that, look, I can play a constructive role here. Let me be an intermediate.
Well, I have not discussed things with the farmers in the sense that we talked about bills and we talked about what we can agree and not. No, that's not what I've talked about. But there are farmers who are from Punjab, Patiala also, and from other people who I meet and I have met. So we have done all we can from our side. I have not stopped anyone. We have assisted farmers all along. Okay. Nevertheless, anger persists. If despite that, we are finding it difficult for our people to go into the villages. Akali Dal, they don't allow you to go into the villages. They don't allow the Aam Aadmi to go. They don't allow anybody to go, the congressman to go, anyone to go. How do you fight an election? So this issue has to be decided first.
Can I ask you, a person who served this country in a patriot, we all know that some of these issues are raked up from time to time to create opportunities for those who might be troublemakers. Do you think the farmer protest has got infiltrated by individuals that are anti-national in their mindset, approach?
No, not yet. No. I don't think anything was anti-national in that. But look, let's look at it this way. Drones, when earlier on, let's say a year and a half ago, we didn't have drones. It was people coming under the wire or going across the river or something like that, small deliveries. Now we are getting drones every day. And each drone, when they came initially, for instance, they were just hopping the river. Then they started coming 6 to 7 kilometers indoor. Now, the last lot, before I left as Chief Minister, which I saw the reports, they were coming as much as 31 kilometers in. So now, obviously, they have GPS settings. They know where they are delivering. They know who they are delivering to, and that person has been informed to go and pick it up. So these are the sort of things happening, which is getting me worried.
That's why the centre has come up with this new proposition,
weapons in,
where the BSF is going to sort of take charge of areas right up to 50 kilometers. In Punjab. Now, many people are opposed to that. They say that, this means...
I'm all for that.
Okay, go ahead.
No. I know that, and there's a bill. There's a debate coming up in our assembly on the 8th on this issue. But they don't know these facts. Somebody has to come and give them the facts and tell them, because this Home Minister who thinks he knows the facts in Punjab has only been there for 1 month. I've been there for 9.5 years. Does he so somebody has to come there and tell them exactly what is going on.
So the opposition to this is political. It's ill-informed and it's political.
Drones are improving.
So you're saying the opposition is ill-informed and political?
I think so, because these sort of things have never been discussed. I think this thing has to be... No, even the ruling party doesn't know this. I mean, what is happening? It's not that the whole state is going to be handed over to the BSF for 50 kilometers. This happened even in the earlier days. Don't you remember in the terrorist period?
True.
The army worked. Army had an outer cordon. Then there was the CRP and BSF had an inner cordon, and the police used to work. They have to work together. And the government doesn't go. Okay. Even while this was happening, you had Mr. Beyant Singh as the Chief Minister.
That's true.
So there's the fear that, the BSF is going to take over a government is all nonsense.
So let me ask you this.
It is only
Captain Saab,
law and order assistance to cope with this.
It's all nonsense, fair enough. They need to be told the exact situation, and I'm sure you'll play a constructive role in the Assembly about informing them. Now, I want to ask you, sir, this is an important question. Now, you've kind of left the resolution part of the agitation. You're not saying that, okay, all the 3 laws have to be withdrawn for that to be considered a resolution. So you're saying whatever solution needs to be evolved needs to happen between the centre and the farm unions or whatever you want to call them, and that you are okay as long as they are all okay. So you're not putting any precondition. You're not saying roll back all the 3 laws.
No, look, as far as I know, those discussions have taken place on all the... In fact, we try to assist not politically, but when these talks were going on, we did send our officers and various people who were dealing with farmers at various levels, whether in the agriculture sector or police or wherever, to go and sit here at Delhi and try and assist the government of India and them in reaching some sort of a solution, the farmers and them. And that's happening. And we do know that in these discussions there have been, let's say, constructive approach from both sides, and they have reached some sort of solution. Now the question is, if it's stuck on some minor point, I think that should be resolved also and it should be finished.
Okay.
But I think everyone wants it to be over. The farmers are also wanting to get back to their farm. This time we've had a terrible deluge just the other day in Punjab, and all your paddy is underwater.
It's true.
So and the harvest is going on. So everyone wants to get back and do this. But the thing is that I know that the rigidity that was there as far as the stands earlier on the three, it's not there now.
Okay.
And they have reached some sort of a position of not compromise totally, but certainly they have reached some sort of a position.
This is a very important statement. So the gap is closing, viewers. Captain Amarinder Singh says that he has some sort of an understanding of this, that the gap is closing. Okay, that's very important, very, very important. That's a big statement coming from Captain Amarinder Singh. Gives us all hope as a country, viewers. Let me just very quickly, Captain Amarinder Singh, I know that you perhaps don't want to look back, but the Congress party wasn't very kind to you. Now, do you believe that the Gandhis themselves were personally responsible for orchestrating this coup against you?
No, it's not that. You know, I've known them all. I've known Mrs. Gandhi for a long time. She's always been very supportive, and so I've known the children for a long time. That's not the issue. 3 weeks before this incident, I met Mrs. Gandhi. The General Secretary was there also, and I said I'm willing to quit because Sidhu and I can't work together. He's pulling one way, I'm pulling the other way, and you're going to destroy the party, so it's better put somebody else. And she said, no, you have to carry on. Now when that happens, she could have easily told me, quit. I would have quit. I would have quit. Then one morning I'm reading the papers 2 or 3 weeks later, and a friend rings up and says, why is the CLP being held today at 5 o'clock? I don't know, I'm the CLP leader. And I said, what leader? What CLP? They said, there's a meeting been called. From Delhi, from the AICC, every MLA was rung up to attend the CLP meeting at the Congress office at 5 o'clock, and the leader doesn't know, and I'm not told anything. Now why? They thought I was going to, if I'm told, I'll collect them all, put them in an aeroplane, take them to Goa, or take them to some other place, or take them in buses to Simla. Utter nonsense. I mean, after 52 years, you don't understand my character, and you don't know what sort of a person I am. I don't do these things. The day at 10:15 that morning, Mrs. Gandhi rings me up and says, Amarinder, I think you should resign. I said, sure, ma'am. I never asked her why. I said, sure, and I went to the governor at 4 o'clock and resigned. I'm not one of those who takes people to some lake here at a lake resort and keeps them locked up there and all. That's all. That is.
So why did she?
It's not my way. I'm a soldier.
So
For
Captain,
me,
you're a straight shooter. You've always been a straight shooter. So I'm asking you now: Are you upset that, you know, the Congress High Command, including the Gandhis, back Sidhu?
That is what bugged me. This is what bugged me. All Mrs. Gandhi needed to do that morning was to tell me, Amarinder, quit, and I'd quit. Why are you shepherding all the MLAs into the Congress office and keeping them locked up till 5 o'clock in the evening? I mean, that means you don't have faith in faith in me. And if after 52 years you don't know me, don't know my character, don't know what sort of a person I am, then that's what irritated me.
Irritated you. Captain Amarinder, let me ask you this. Who is following you out of the Congress? There is a report today that has appeared in the press that seems to suggest that there are MPs of the Congress party that are looking also to follow you out. Is this true? No. Look,
I can't tell you at the moment as to who's coming, who's not coming. First, we have to form the party. We have to make our sort of a party program, everything which we'll do in the next few days. We have already gone to the Election Commission. It's a question of time, how soon they can give it to us.
No, because many people are saying, Captain Amarinder Singh, that you're a spent force.
Time is very short.
That you're a spent force, and that's one of the reasons why no one is following you out of the Congress. They perhaps know that Captain Amarinder Singh doesn't quite have it in him. That's why I'm asking you this question. You need to address those.
Should I tell you something? Should I tell you something, Rahul?
Yeah.
Should I tell you something, Rahul?
Please.
The moment anyone follows me out now who's an MLA, there's a lot of money being given for development works. Development work will stop. Okay? Then these chaps won't get any assistance. Even they can go to any extent of even putting some sort of a twist their tails, let's say, twist their tails for them to stay. So till the code of conduct comes, you will see nobody moving. Once the code of conduct comes in force, which it should come in a month's time, now month and a half's time, then you will see movement starting. And we don't want anyone to be harmed.
Okay. Well, Captain Amarinder Singh, wonderful speaking to you. It's been a newsy interview. You've given us important talking points. Thank you very much. See you soon. And God bless. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ram. See you soon. Thank you. Thank you.